Daddies, the podcast. I'm Eric.
And I'm Greg.
And today our guest is Pat McGraw, a.k.a. Hamhandsmcgrizzle.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
How are you, Pat?
Good, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it has been a minute. I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't even remember the last time. So for those of you listening, we used to play Xbox with Pat all the time.
Destiny, Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
You guys got me in. Well, I mean, Destiny started day one, but
And when was that?
this is like 10 years ago. They're on their final thing now.
So 2014. You know what? That makes sense because that was right before I had kids, and I remember it was fantastic in the beginning, and then sometime in 2015,
B2 came out, and it was a big flop, and everybody left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was mostly kids for me.
Yeah.
they were a little demanding of time during raid time.
Well, I feel like too when the OG Destiny came out, I definitely didn't play as much as you guys. Like I played, but I feel like Destiny 2 is what kind of resparked my what was that, 2017? 2016, 2017?
Probably. My favorite
it was like 3 or
was
4 years.
my favorite was Destiny's Child.
Sure. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, so
Well, because I think their original plan for that was, hey, I thought they were saying this is a 10-year, cycle game thing, and we're going to do
15 at first.
Was it 15?
Yeah.
And I remember them saying they were going to try to break it down. Like, so the first 5 years or, 4 years, however, that'll be Destiny 1, and then Destiny 2 will be this long. And then it sounds like, I don't know. I think you mentioned, who knows, Destiny 3?
Yeah. So the final shape just came out, which is it ties all the 10 years of story up together. It's really good too. It's, you guys haven't played it in a while.
So we when did we last play?
Not Scrotum's End.
Not Scrotum's End. The last we've been playing a lot of Fortnite. That's kind of what we've landed on, Pat.
I've never. So I was gonna say I'd never played it, but I have played it at my brother's house on my niece's account.
Hey,
Just to see what it was like.
Let me tell you, because you used to play PUBG with us, right?
Oh yeah.
So, from that and Apex and Warzone, like all these games, like they were, all right, in that order, I think. No, maybe not. It's probably PUBG was the least, not fun, but they've built off of each other. PUBG was
so shitty.
It was.
It was, but it was so
for what
the
it was.
was terrible. The gun, the frame rates were terrible. It was. But we had so much fun doing it. We're like, where are we landing? We're going to school. And we just act like idiots.
Pachinki shooting range.
Yep.
But when you won, it really meant something. Like it was very difficult.
Oh yeah.
But
that was the first Battle Royale for me.
Same.
I think
for
for most
100%.
Yeah. And I still play Warzone. It's okay, but the cheaters are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess what I'm getting at is when Greg and I first jumped on Fortnite. Greg, what do you think? Like 2 or 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yep. Because our Game Rogue company is dying, it's all the way dead, and that's not a Battle Royale
Pat,
game.
did you ever fuck with Rogue Company?
No.
So it was what, a 4v4.
I might have downloaded it and played it once or twice, but it wasn't for me.
And it definitely is one of those games you have to play with people. You play by yourself, it's complete and utter dog shit. But we would play it so much, and then the servers have been on this downward, just fucking spiral.
High Res don't want to. Is it High Res that owns it?
It is High Res, but I think they've changed hands. But anyway, so then Eric and I were like, well, we need something to fucking play, and Silas, my son, he was like, Daddy, play Fortnite, and I was watching him play, and I was like, oh, that actually looks like a lot of fun.
And it's legit sweaty as shit.
Well, it does, and that's what we are, but it's fucking easy. It's so easy.
Oh, you gotta understand the pace that the game reaches out to is 8 to 15-year-olds.
I know.
And that's what makes it so more enjoyable. The fact that we
Mommy,
don't
give me your
really
credit
lose.
Card.
Yeah.
We can buy the new skins.
Yeah, right. So you'll like be standing there, and you'll have fucking Isaac from Dead Space, and then a fucking banana, and then Peter Griffin. All fucking.
They have Destiny shit in there too.
Oh yeah, yep. They actually just had. So they changed. So the way it works is like they change the skins every fucking night at 8 p.m. It refreshes or something like that, and the skins are like $20 a pop.
Oh yeah,
fucking genius.
That's how they make all their money.
And that's how. So the new update yesterday, Metallica. So there's a Metallica concert, and you can play as every member of Metallica, and each member, dude, the whole battle pass is like $50 or $60. It's and I'm sure people are just fucking buying that shit.
If you wanna jump ahead, right? But otherwise, what is it, 10? And then you can just 10, play.
But if you but that's the Metallica battle pass. That just is that cost. It's a different one. It's not the battle pass.
It's so ludicrous.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it's
fun. Hey, we're probably making some kids cry, right?
Oh yeah,
good.
And sometimes they're making Silas cry.
Kids are assholes. I was one too. Time.
But I feel like the difference was when we were kids, we didn't have there was no online capability,
Right.
you know, and until really. I don't know when I would say maybe around like WoW and RuneScape time was when
but then
people
it got really popular. I'd say Halo 2,
really,
or Halo 3.
I think it was Halo 2 for the OG Xbox, especially for console online gaming.
Sure,
I think PlayStation, like Sony, had that capability, but no one was like, it was shit. And Dreamcast, they were doing it first, and people still, we talked about, they still play fucking Phantasy Star Online or whatever the fuck it's called. You know,
some of the like older people still speedrun 007.
It's wild.
Like that was the first shooter I ever played. 007 on Nintendo 64.
A GoldenEye.
Yep.
Have
you gone back and played that like lately on an N64?
I went back and played it on Xbox. It's garbage. It's so bad. But you know, before we get any further, Pat, why don't you tell people a little bit about what you do? We just we've been talking a lot about our video game past, but like what is it that you do?
I'm like a jack of all trades, master of none. I'm a musician, or wannabe musician. I'm a gamer. I'm a streamer, content creator. I like to play golf. I grew up fixing cars and shit, so I'm big into that stuff still. I have a 85 Monte Carlo in my garage. Still take it out for a rip every now and then. But yeah, like I have so many hobbies, like it's ridiculous.
You do it
varied.
all.
Yeah, that's pretty varied. That's across the board.
Yeah.
Well, and so like the online streaming, I feel like it's obviously different than the way we record things, but I feel like a lot of the bits and pieces are kind of comparable, like the way you record and the cameras and shit.
So much of it's the same.
It's the same shit. It's just a different platform, essentially. So what made you want to do the whole streaming thing? And like specifically, you do it mainly through what? Twitch? Is that kind of
Twitch? Yeah, and I have a YouTube channel too.
Okay. So what made you want to like go online and start kind of?
I think it was the fact that like a buddy of mine was doing it, and you know, not making a lot of money, but making some extra money, having fun doing what he likes to do, you know. So I was like, all right, I come home from work and I'm gonna play video games anyway. Like I might as well like set it up, go live. I think I have a good personality for like I get angry easy, and that's entertainment. Like people like when I
love that shit.
Like people love that shit.
Isn't there a name for that? Rage, like some rage plays or something, or maybe
there's dudes that like they just like people wait for them to smash their keyboards. Like
oh yeah. Well, because that's the shit that people want to see. That
expensive to be smashing. But like, I feel like I've always been kind of witty, and I thought I was a funny person. So whatever. And the thing with me is like I'm older. Like I'm 47, which is not like people are like, you're a gamer, you're a fucking nerd. And
So
I'm
I
like,
remember the
well,
first
you know
video
what?
game.
You're right. You're right. I am a nerd. I don't like it. It doesn't bother me. I would be playing games either way. So if I hit the live button and I can get some people to hang out and maybe like support me a little bit, that it's a bonus. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it to get famous or any shit like that. It's for my sanity. And I've been doing it for like 6 years almost.
Fuck.
Can you
And like pretty much at least like 5 days a week for 6 years straight. And I mean, I'm not making a lot of money off it. It's like extra money for like groceries and shit. Maybe fill my gas tank up, but it helps.
That's fair.
And I'm doing something I like to do. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. No.
It justifies it in my head.
Sure. How does that work? Like if somebody wants to support you, because I don't know anything about Twitch.
Yeah. So how does the monetization work?
So Twitch is owned by Amazon. I think it's like 50% of like a subscription. So say a subscription is $5.99, I get $3 of that.
Okay.
Amazon gets the other.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's different tiers of subs and shit. You can like donate money like as a donation, and Amazon doesn't take any of that. But they go from like your revenue. There's also there's sound alerts and stuff. The sound alerts, I could probably play some for you right now, but you imagine like while you're playing a game and some dude like hits an Arnold scream at you and you like jump, like, so people pay money to do like jump scares and shit. Like,
I
it's
think
fun.
I've seen that. They'll have like a
yeah.
If you want to play a
the best one that gets me all the time is from Cobra Kai when Johnny's like, quiet, like that. Like, dude, it gets me so. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's so fucked up.
Well, and do you notice more people wanting to see like certain games more than others, or most people just want to fucking hang out? Like they don't really care what you're playing per se. They just
it's more hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean it's just more. It's most of my friends and stuff. Like I actually like 2 weeks ago I went to. Usually every year I drive out to Indiana for the Indy 500. It's my cousin's birthday and my dad's birthday, and I got family out there. So this year I actually went farther west, and I went to St. Louis and met up with a couple people I played Destiny with, and we hung out. Like we went out to some barbecue place in St. Louis. Happy's or something like that. Dude, it was so good.
And then
we did a tour like the Budweiser brewery and got.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, dude, it's like a city inside the city. It's amazing.
Did they have the Clydesdales? Or yep. I know that
I got pictures of Clydesdales and stuff.
Did you happen? I know I messaged you when you were out there. Did you happen to try Emo's Pizza?
No.
Dude,
we did Pappy's for lunch, and then the brewery, and then we kind of just like went back to their house and like relaxed for a little bit, and then I started driving home. It was like a 14-hour drive home.
Yeah, dude, that drive's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it was rough.
Especially going to like West Virginia and shit.
Well, West Virginia's fun because the roads are like windy.
Sure.
But like the rest of it, like, all once you hit Ohio, it's all flat.
Yeah.
The end of PA has some like windy stuff. Like I like flying through the hills and stuff, like, doing that.
Sure. Yeah, that's one drive I don't think I'll ever fucking do again. We did it last August.
At least once a year. I'm actually going back to Indiana next month.
Jesus.
For there's a post-rock festival.
And driving.
Yeah, I'm driving. I'd rather drive than fly. I can't fly. My ears are so bad. Like take off and descent, my ears pop and like.
Well, plus two, driving, you have your car. You have your own vehicle.
And, like, not for nothing, I am licensed to carry a firearm.
Sure.
And it's just easier. Like,
I feel like that's a little more challenging on a plane.
You can do it, but it's there's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, just tuck it in your waistband. They probably won't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll probably be perfect.
I heard a story. It was Incubus, Brandon Boyd.
He's the lead singer.
He forgot, I think it was him, he forgot he had a knife tucked in his pocket, like a switchblade, like the old school, West Side Story. And when he went through like the security TSA line, he was like, "Oh, my bad. Whoops." And they're like, it doesn't quite work like that. I don't think anything happened because famous, but
yeah, is it just like at a concert? Can you just like ditch it and let me just throw this in the trash can?
Unless I feel like you're being aggressive. I mean, I feel like it's not that big of a deal,
Yeah.
My brother flying somewhere. He was like I think he was still a minor, and they were going on vacation somewhere, Colorado maybe, and they flew, and he made it out of Philly with a box cutter in his carry-on. But then on the way back, they were like, what is this? And he was like, oh, sorry. And it must have been something. It must have been like my old bag, and I had it for like work, like packed in the car. And he was like, that's not even mine.
I'm holding it for a friend.
Here's an example of how old I am. I used to fly out to Indiana to hang out with my cousin. My cousin is like my twin. He's the half Filipino, vegan, or he's vegetarian now, version of me. Like, we listen to the same music, we get tattooed, like we're just like we should have been twins. Either way, I used to fly out to Indiana with like one suitcase filled with like some clothes and fireworks. Like, I used to bring fireworks on a
like
plane,
legit,
and then my guitar and my skateboard, and like I got on the plane. There was smoking on the plane and shit. Like,
wild. That's
well
wild.
before 9/11.
I was gonna say, this must have been something, maybe not 2000 something, but
probably like late 80s, early 90s.
Oh yeah. I mean, fuck. Now you even try to pick up pace and start running in an airport, you're probably gonna get looked at kind of fucking
They're gonna
funny.
tackle you.
I don't even want to go. I don't want to fly anywhere. Just
I don't like the
sounds like a
stress.
nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the thing is too, when you're flying, you're completely relying on, all right, pilot.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
You're stuck in a tube 30,000 feet above the. If something goes wrong, it's going wrong.
Oh yeah, and especially too, like during the actual like taking off, and I feel like that's when I think statistically, if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen there. So it's like, come on, get into the fucking air, or else
we made it, yay!
Yeah,
and then right. Turbulence. No,
I think the last time I flew,
I'm not a big fan of flying.
I think the last time I flew, Eric, was with you when we flew out to Cali, and that was 5 years ago almost.
It was
something
just
like
before
that?
COVID. It was
just
November of
because COVID was happening.
2019. Yeah, it was November 2019. We heard the reports that there's this thing happening in China, and we were like, nah, we're cool.
Yeah, that's silly. That's not ever going to come here.
But there were wildfires in LA at that time.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Could you see him from the plane?
Nah.
It wasn't from the plane, but when we landed, you could see like there was still kind of like a haze, and I think
that here last year.
Oh yeah,
the Canadian ones, right? The Canadian wildfires were blowing down, which is insane to think about. It was nasty.
They were fucking us up too. I mean, it wasn't like a little bit. It was like you go outside, you may or may not die.
They said, "Ew, America, you don't want this smoke."
Yeah, and we did it.
No,
Pat, I'm admiring your background. All of the aesthetic back there.
Things.
Yeah.
So
my favorite being the red ring of death right there.
Yeah, that's great.
That was
so
a limited edition.
Is that just shit you've collected over the years?
Microsoft, dude, you know how many red ring of death I went through?
Oh god,
I think I went through like 4 of them.
So on your third, they send you a framed
you get a
picture
framed
of it.
Copy.
Yeah, because I'm a repeat customer.
Sucker.
We got to give this poor sap something.
I like the lights. We've been talking about adding our logo.
Dude, everything is on Amazon.
Yeah, did you get all that shit from Amazon?
The posters and stuff, like the posters that I have are all like concert posters and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're actually from shows and
sure.
But like the check engine light, you can buy neon. It's a fake neon sign. Like it's plugged in, and it's just LED strips wrapped around the thing.
Okay.
You can get them customized and shit. And...
Yeah, we started to have one design, but it was fucking money, and I think we're going to probably go the route of like Temu or something to
or
pay 82 cents and get $100 off.
All the LED lights and stuff, like, you can get all that on Amazon.
Yeah, what's the website that they give you the knockoff version of things? Is it wish.com? Is that the one?
That's Amazon gives you the knockoff.
You wish you got something good.
Everything's from China. It's all trying to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Eric, I feel like you should probably get some stuff in your background. I got the foam soundproof wall. You got a
I don't
blanket.
have fucking shit.
I don't have fucking anything.
I have a Paw Patrol blanket behind me. And some stickers on the closet door behind me. Yeah, I need it real bad. Yeah.
Pat, you were talking about not making a whole lot of money. We're making even less money than that. So you
got to start. You got to start
somewhere.
Yeah,
and you got to be. You got to not worry about it. Just do your thing, and if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like a lot of people like hustle and try to get. Some people make it, but not everybody's gonna make it.
It's hard.
Like having aspirations
if you're funny and you have like good personality and shit, like people will come back. People will hang out and pick your brain for stuff. And
have you had somebody that you don't know personally join and like interact with you?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have, yeah. Do you have like a favorite fan, or not a favorite fan, but something like that happened that sticks with you?
That sucks dicks with me?
I mean, sure,
too.
that would be
So
interesting. We want to hear about that.
Yeah.
If that this morning, I was like, wait, what did he say?
Wait.
No,
Awesome.
There's people that stop in all the time, and I think that there's a couple people from like Norway and shit, and so I'm like, oh, Norway, like black metal, like remember the black metal scene, like Mayhem and like fucking people blowing their brains out and making necklaces and shit out of the skull.
Oh shit!
Church burning and stuff like that. So like that dude, he comes back like maybe like once a month. He or she, I don't know, they will say.
Yeah.
But they go to school and they're like, yeah, when I'm studying, I'll put you on and like hang out because you play good music in the background. But I play like, so I don't want to get DMCA strikes. You guys are aware of all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I play. It's a playlist of like all my old bands and like all my friends' old bands that never got signed or nothing. And I just put it on shuffle. It's like 21 hours worth of music, and just let it go. So I don't have to worry about DMCA strikes or any shit.
Because they're not coming after you.
And it's weird too. Like when we, so when you make like a post on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and they have you can use any song, and then you just can't like put an advertisement against
it's so ridiculous.
That. It's dumb. But like TikTok will let you pay. So like, oh, you can pay to run the ad, and then they'll say, nope, you can't run it. Go through Apple to get a refund. And it's like, well, then why did you even like take the money? And you're the ones who are giving us all these clips. I mean, you can, and Instagram, I'm pretty sure they just use like fucking Apple Music, and you can pick any song you want, but you can't boost a post. And so when we went into this, the whole podcast, I guess, arena, and we wanted to start our podcast, a year ago, Eric, maybe we kind of got the idea. And so we recorded our first episode in the end of December.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is the case for you too, but when we go back now, so like compared to where we are now, 20 plus weeks later versus the first episode, it's so fucking cringy to listen to. And I don't know if you've ever gone back and listened to your old shit and you were like, what the fuck?
I listen to my shit now and I'm cringy. Like, why the fuck?
And I feel like that was the hardest part for me, was like getting used to hearing my own voice as I'm like mixing this shit for hours and hours and hours on end and putting it into post. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why did I say that?
You're a seasoned sound engineer at this point. You could go and work as a sound engineer for somebody.
Yeah, you know what? I enjoy doing it for the podcast. I don't think I could, I think I could do more than just 2 or 3 people talking at a time. But yeah, I feel like a lot of our older shit, and we tried some dumb, so we used to use Chat GPT to create our fucking intros, and it was so fucking cringy. And we had to have every episode.
It was said, buckle down for a crazy episode of wild shenanigans, and ChatGPT would always want to say like shenanigans, and like there was a few keywords that it would always want to say.
Well, and then we went through this phase of trying to have every title with two words, but both words started with the same fucking letter.
Mm-hmm.
So we would spend like hours all right, this episode is about soap. So it'll be the slip-in sudsy, the sudsy slippers or whatever. And it was so fucking stupid.
It wasn't sustainable.
No. So we eventually were like, you know what, fuck that. Let's just kind of be ourselves. And then we kind of shifted a little bit to, once we brought video into the whole equation, interviewing people and kind of talking to people about like what they're about and what they're doing, and that has been, I feel like, where, I mean, it's been cool to do, but I feel like that's where we've had our most growth, honestly, and getting better at kind of doing these kind of interviews.
I've been noticing like your posts on like Instagram and stuff. Your editing skills are getting good. Like that's one thing I want to learn how to do is edit videos and shit.
You know what? For me, I always tell people, fucking YouTube, like, for me, is my best friend. If I don't know anything, like, I'll sit there for hours. And, like, Eric and I, we would, and I'm still, like, not even completely there. There's still new things I learn every week when it comes to editing. And so I'll go back and watch, like, oh, I could have done this differently. And let me go onto YouTube to learn how to do that. And, like, Eric and I would jump into what was it, like a team view or whatever, and we would have the computer up and we would just fucking watch shit and do shit together. And then we were using, so for like a lot of our clips, and I don't know if you've ever used any of those like clip generators where you like take a YouTube video, you upload it into the generator, and it spits out
videos,
like 30 viral videos. And it's fine, but I feel like a lot of that, we use Premiere Pro to edit our videos, and then we use Adobe Audition to edit the sound. Okay. And so Premiere Pro is, I feel like you can just make the same viral clips in that versus then paying. You have to pay for all these fucking services. At some point, it's fucking expensive. But we were dabbling in the clip making software a little bit, and the only thing that you're going to get that I really like out of those, you get the subtitles that are like perfect, this word changes green and then you slap a inspirational song behind anything and people are like, yo, but it took us a fucking while. And when we first started, Eric, you remember we would just say, Daddies episode 4 out now, and I would just put it like in bold lettering on a background. And And I feel like as we've gotten better editing, it's helped us get more guests on, and we've been able to, like, in the beginning, I felt almost embarrassed to reach out to people to have them come on because I didn't want them to come on to a really subpar show. Mm-hmm. And Eric knows.
But you know what, dude? Like, that comes with living and learning. Like, you're going to get better. Like you said earlier, like, you're going to watch the beginning videos and you're going to be like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. But then you watch ones of today and it's like you've gone leaps and bounds in the right direction. So,
and I feel like that's where I have gotten better. I would say, like, in the beginning, I was like so hyper focused on everything being perfect. And like now I'm like, hey, if something's a little fucked up this week, that's okay, because next week I won't do that again, and I know how to make that better instead of spending, I mean, Christ, I would spend fucking 40 hours editing a 20-minute fucking video.
And no, I gotta go back and get this.
And it was like a split set. Well, and we were using, Pat, I want to talk about the gear that you're using in a second, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, like, actually, walk us through your gear, and then I'm curious to see if you've had any of these issues that we had. So what are you using for, like, your microphone, your camera, your mixer, all that fun stuff?
Is a Yeti Blue. It's 5 or 6 years old.
And so is it a
it's a USB.
Okay.
USB mic.
Is it a condenser mic or is it a dynamic mic? Do you know?
It has different settings on it.
Okay.
I think you could do either or.
Okay.
Like one, I have it set on directional now.
Okay.
So like it's pretty much facing me. Like I think just this half is on.
Okay.
But like when it's down here, it won't pick up my speakers.
Sure.
Okay.
And how do you like it?
I have no problems with
it.
Like it's one of the cheaper mics. it's this whole hobby is like the day I bought my PC, like it was old. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the technology, something
it
comes out every fucking week, and it's like you just gotta find something you like. Like I'm it's never given me a problem, so I'm cool with it. My audio sounds good in my videos and stuff. So,
have you done any upgrading
camera,
to your PC? Have you done any upgrading on your PC?
I upgraded so I had my PC. It's a Digital Storm. I had it custom built. It was like $3,500, something like that.
Sheesh.
At the time, it has a 2060. Like 4090s are like the ones that are out now. So like the next day, or like 2 months later, they came out with like the 3060 or whatever.
That's tough.
I feel
I ended up upgrading the RAM because at the time I was playing GTA roleplay, and to run the server, you need a lot of RAM. So like I had to upgrade the RAM because the game would just crash, and I'd be in the middle of a scene with somebody like doing, some roleplay, like a cop pulled me over or something, and my computer would just crash. What the fuck? So I'm starting to notice that, like, I tried playing Helldivers on it, and like I had to dumb the whole thing down like to the lowest settings. It still looked good on my stream, and I think that's because like OBS and Twitch, they refine it a little bit, but like the game was like stuttering for me. It was bad.
So do you use OBS for like your
my streaming? Yeah.
Okay. How do you like it?
It has an update like every week that I never do.
That's fair.
Like every time I update it, like I have to like recognize everything. And
that's annoying.
We tried using OBS when we first got into doing the whole video thing, and I don't think we had bad. We used, I think, Video Ninja, and then we used that through. Like to record both of us through. So we were recording with our phones for a while before we upgraded to actually having cameras, and so we were putting our phones, and then we were streaming that through Video Ninja through OBS, and I think the results were fine. It's just we
didn't know enough about it.
We didn't know enough, and we weren't, I don't want to say impatient, but it was kind of like, well, what can we do that will make what we're doing? I think streaming, like if we were going to stream, that would be the look. Like obviously, like Riverside probably isn't going to be.
And I do want to. I do want to stream.
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah,
Pat, what about so you have the Blue Yeti mic. What about your mixer? What are you using for that?
Mixer is just it's a little Maker Heart. That's the name of the company.
Okay.
It's like a five channel mixer, or no, I'm sorry, 4-channel mixer. But it has like, I can mute each channel, and like it doesn't have, it's just bare bones stuff. Like it doesn't have like, it's not like the GLXR whatever where you can add all the fucking sound effects and shit.
I can't remember what we started with. Do you remember, Eric, remember we bought a mixer, and then we were like, we're never going to use this. So what I wanted to what I was getting with was with the microphone. Eric and I originally were recording with 2 USB mics into my Mac, and so that microphone that he's using right now is what a five fine,
yeah,
five fine, and so that's a USB.
Ooh, it's got LEDs and shit.
You like
on
the colors? They're so
you
pretty.
Can absolutely. And then
and
we were both using one.
Ooh.
I know, real fancy.
Oh, you know what it is? It's like it's probably a knockoff of the Elgato Wave mic.
Probably.
Have you seen Elgato stuff?
No, is it super fucking stuff. Expensive?
I have their this arm is the arm that holds this mic is an Elgato thing, but it's like it's weighted.
That's how this arm. I have the 5 fine arm, and then I'm using a pod mic, the pod mic through Rode, which I upgraded to. I think for my birthday, I got this, and then we record everything through the Rodecaster Duo, which I fucking love. Like I think Rode has a really good just.
Oh yeah, they've been in the business forever. They make mics and
everything, and I feel like they just like
all kinds of shit.
They just like we didn't want to spend a lot of money on a mixer at first, but then we were like, you know what? We ended up buying one, and we're like, this sounds like dog shit. Let's just, if we're gonna do it, we might as well fucking do it. But we originally, when we would record 2 USBs into my computer, and there would be like a 2 or 3 second delay between Eric and I.
Audio drift, yeah.
So the audio drift was so bad to the point where, like, when we would go to listen to it, I would say something and then I would hear it again 3 seconds later over Eric. So the whole thing just sounded horrible.
Those were the dark days. If we were ever just going to quit, it would have been then.
Would have been then.
Yep. Especially we were using a really shitty platform to record it through. And so that didn't help. But then the audio drift was also, and I guess really like for you streaming, have you ever, is that really a thing when you're streaming live? Like, do your lips ever not match your, or was that ever, is that something with live streaming?
There's a couple millisecond delay with Twitch. The one thing I was trying to do, I was trying to plug, I bought a Focusrite little, I don't even know what it's called. It's for connecting your instruments to your PC.
Oh, yeah. The Scarlett?
Scarlett, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, that's right. You two are musicians. You should talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I could never get the audio right in OBS. The lag was so bad that, like, because I wanted to, like, get on and, like, maybe do lessons or, like, play along with shit. Or just, like, have a night where I wanted to record it and write stuff. But I could never get it. Waiting for one of my tech buddies to get off tour so he can help me out. But he's been on. You ever hear of a band In Flames?
Yeah.
Wait.
Eric, you just saw them.
I just saw them. They were in Wilmington like a month ago.
Yeah.
They were at the Queen.
My buddy plays bass for him now.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they were fun.
I saw him with Meshuggah. Bethlehem a couple months ago.
That's awesome.
Well, and I feel like Scarlett is the look for that too. Like he should definitely be able to help you with that because I feel like that's what people use, right?
Oh yeah. Well, so he teaches. He's a world-renowned bass player. He's been in bass magazines and shit, and like he's all over the place. So he was like he does online lessons and stuff, so he knows exactly. Like I just need him to sit here and like do like and fucking set it up because I am dumb as shit when it comes to that stuff.
We were using the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Eric, you remember we recorded a whole episode with it, and we were like, I think it's more for what we were doing. It didn't make that much sense. It was more for like I want to plug a guitar in. So I switched over on the music side of things. What is it? The Line 6 Stomp, I think, which is like the multi-effects processor that I went from a Headrush Prime. I didn't like the distortion on that, but I've been using that to plug directly into my computer. And apparently you can plug microphones into that too. I guess anything that has that XLR cable you can plug a microphone into and kind of put that through. But yeah, we loved the Scarlett for the one episode we used it for. And two, it was an improvement over fucking using 2 USB mics into a computer that and for whatever reason each mic has its own fucking clock, and so nothing sounded right, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so for now a USB mic is good for me. When it takes a shit, I'll look into my options, you know what I mean? I've had the keyboard and the mouse from the PC that came with it, but like the mouse took a shit, so I ended up getting the wireless one. Like it's one of those things that like when something breaks, that's when I'll upgrade.
That's fair.
You know, like I'm not just gonna go out and buy shit.
Sure,
I don't have the money.
I feel you real good on that one.
Total fucking sense.
Actually, let me see that chair that you have. Is that Secret Lab? You ready for
that's something Eric and I have been talking about. Eric, let's see this fucking chair.
You ready for my chair? Ready?
The kitchen chairs. Goddamn. No, don't do it.
My fucking back. My fucking back hurts so bad sitting in this thing. I'm gonna sit in it one day.
You need to get a new chair.
Yeah.
So these are like expensive. These are like $500-$600.
But how amazing is it?
What's that?
How nice is it though?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like the armrest move, like everything, like it's so comfortable.
Sell me on it because I'm gonna go buy one today.
But I mean, dude, there's options out there if you don't want to spend that kind.
I don't think you had to spend $500 to get a decent chair. You know, you could probably get one cheaper, but
I don't know.
You know, if you're paying the cheese for it, yeah.
But it is definitely like it comes with this like squishy pillow. I put like when my back starts bothering me because I'm old, I just throw it in here. It has lumbar shit on it too, so
I wonder if we plug them enough if they'll send us all free shit.
Dude, you never know.
Yeah. Hey, Secret Lab, we really need chairs. My back hurts.
I always send like when Elgato posts something on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. You know, I'm like, the one Key Light Air that I bought won't connect. Like, fucking send me a new one or sponsor me or something.
Right.
But I'm a rude asshole. I actually say that. I'm like how come the one Key Light Air I have won't connect to my fucking internet? I wasn't like they sent me a new one and it's still fucked up.
We
whatever.
I feel like I don't want to say it's so difficult to get there. We have a one deal that we are working on that we're not quite ready to announce yet. Cool. But that will be our first partnership, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
But I would love to get into like chairs. Like I want a chair. I need a fucking. I have a nicer chair than Eric does, but it still hurts my fucking back.
No, but he's sitting on the kitchen chair.
He's sitting, so Eric loses. Yeah,
I'm crisscross applesauce right now.
Wait, you're sitting crisscross in the chair?
Crisscross applesauce. Yeah, that's right. I got my knees up here.
Fuck.
You won't lick your knee on the live podcast.
Hey, as long as I don't pull my feet out, that's saved for the what is it? The thing
that's
for
Foot Finder. So that's a different.
Greg, do you still have your Foot Finder?
So I started. I made a Foot Finder. How many years ago was that? A couple.
Yeah,
2 or 3, maybe 4.
I think so. Yeah.
And
did you post any pictures?
No, but so you have to pay a monthly subscription to have a Feet Finder account if you want to make money, right? I think it's like $5 a month or whatever. But you also like
I like that it was seriously considered.
Look, I think I was like the tatted slut, like the slutty
tatted foot,
or the tatted foot slut or something like that. And I shaved my legs and pretended I was a woman.
Oh,
you shaved your legs too?
You got to.
Yeah.
Shave my legs for $50.
Yeah, well, I typically shave my legs anyway.
Like, fuck. Because I got a razor right here. I'll do it.
Sure.
My feet are ugly as shit though.
But you know what? There's a category on there for like fucked up toes
I got
dirty feet.
I got one of them.
And like the people who are making money, it's like there's not a whole lot of accounts on there or people on there making money with their accounts, but the people that are making money are fucking. They're like the 1%ers on OnlyFans, man, where they're fucking just making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, fuck, some of them are making millions of dollars.
I work 40, 50 hours a week, sweating my ass off, hating life, and these motherfuckers take feet pics and they're selling farts in a jar.
Well, yeah, so
they sell their bath water.
There's a meme where it's like the dude.
No bullshit. They make money off their like selling their dirty underwear and shit.
There's a meme where the dude's like putting on clown makeup and he's like me getting ready to go work 50 hours to make no fucking money while someone's making $1 million selling their farts in a jar.
That meme is me. It's my sentiment exactly.
I think that's all of us. I feel like that it makes me sad when I. But you know what? Good for them. I don't know if it's so much sadness as it is just I'm envious
I need
and
to find
jealous.
A girl that does that shit, and like she'll probably be okay with me playing video games all.
Oh yeah,
sure.
She'll love it.
Yeah, because you're staying out of her hair, so she can keep taking pictures of her feet and
she
fart
knows
in a jar.
Safe. Yeah.
Hey babe, I bought you some new jars.
Well, I'm like, okay, but you know
want
that
the
bath.
you want the quart mason jars or the pint mason jars for your parts?
We went to
I got you
Chipotle.
an-
I got you the big jar.
Yeah,
You
we
could
get the
fill
big
this
one.
one.
The
And
moonshine jugs.
you know damn well too, like that shit. Like if I'm selling bath water, they're just filling it up with water from the tap.
No,
I
Would
don't
you?
know.
they're honestly selling their bath water.
I bet it's legit bath water. There's
Like people,
that's not
people
difficult.
probably go get it.
Okay,
tested and
but do
shit.
you think it was used bath water?
Yeah,
You think so?
yeah. I don't think it's that difficult to
but you
get.
wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
I'm not a bathwater connoisseur, so you're right. I might not be able to
You would
tell.
definitely see like the
floaties?
see shit floating in it.
Yeah, the floaties, or what is it? The
Ooh, is that belly button
Mine's
wet?
all hair. My bath water would be all beard hair.
mine is always just a snow globe at the end, just from a fucking.
Somebody might
So-
buy that.
Yeah, sure, snow globe bath water.
Oh.
What the fuck? But people make money, man, and I'm envious and I'm jealous, and
Yeah, I'm jealous of shit. Like
Right.
I bust my ass. I'm old too. Like I don't understand these young whippersnappers.
Well, if we break the code, we got to figure it out and try to make a little side hustle.
Well, I guess if we all started OnlyFans,
Like the three of us.
the three of us,
Yeah.
just really
offense,
checking
fellas.
just checking an obscure box.
We'll probably have. There's probably like one person out there that's like, you.
Finally,
Ooh, this caters to my market.
Pat. So, what are you playing right now? So you're playing Destiny still? Is that pretty much the main? I always try to keep up with your schedule.
Destiny's probably my main game.
Yeah.
I have a racing wheel, so I've been
Oh,
playing
yeah, okay.
Been doing Forza and shit. Playing Fallout 76, dude. Remember, like
You bought the thing
I
from me,
think that
didn't
was
you?
the last time I hung out with you guys. Was when you guys bought up all the 76 things. I got one from you, so I drove down to Delaware to meet you guys.
Is that at Two Stones?
It was at Two Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got home and like played the game, and the game sucked. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I was so like, dude, the power helmet's sitting right there.
Yeah.
The Pip Boy's right there too.
That's
Like all
awesome.
that shit. I gave the game to my brother because he doesn't like. I just do everything online now, like all in the Xbox store. But I gave it to my brother, and I actually started playing it again. It's like a Fallout game. It's awesome.
That's what Kevin was saying. I mean, he plays it all the time. He's like, no, it's really good. And Eric and I tried playing it, but I don't know if I just don't have I don't know. Maybe I'm too far behind now.
I think.
You know what? I agree with that. Like it is hard to get caught up. You can play passive though. Before they didn't have like the passive mode. So you would have dudes that were like level 180 and you're like a level 7 and they would come kill you and steal all your shit. Like so now you can play in passive mode and do the story missions and stuff.
Oh, I like that.
maybe
Set
that's
up
the
a
ticket.
camp, build your own like fort and shit. Like it's pretty cool. And it's like typical Fallout stuff. Like you turn around and there's a death claw behind you. It's
Great.
But you can't play as a banana. You can't play as Peter Griffin.
Yeah,
You know,
were you the chicken from Family Guy?
Family Guy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll jump
on
back into
Fortnite.
it.
Jump on Fortnite.
Yeah,
man.
jump on Fortnite, and we can all play together.
It's free.
and-
You know, you don't
It's
gotta. Yeah, you don't
just
gotta.
gotta die.
You're not talking me in.
I think we could talk you into it. I think you can play. You'll run with us and you'll say this is pretty fun because we're gonna win.
Yeah.
We're gonna win the very first game that you jump into. I promise.
Yeah, but then after that, it won't be like if I turned Apex Legends on right now, I'd win the first game. But then they'd be like, okay, this is how he is. He's gonna get destroyed.
Put you in
Like
a
it's
fucking
same
lobby.
with like Warzone. Like they let you win the first one, but then
Yeah.
after that, you're fucked.
Yeah, maybe.
Apex, that's a game I haven't played in for. That was another battle royale that was
I
fucking
haven't played it in
awesome.
a while. That shit was fun.
It was fun.
And then cheaters starting like the whole crossplay thing.
Crossplay fucking blows for a lot of things. For that fucking reason, is just people cheating. And you
So Destiny has done a lot for Destiny is crossplay. You still see a lot of cheaters and PvP stuff, but like when you're playing PvE, it doesn't matter. So
does
they did a lot in the settings for your controller to make it like a mouse. Like you can, you know how like if your mouse is set to like 2400 DPI, like you're doing fucking 360s like real quick.
Mm-hmm.
They made it so you can do it like quick. You know, they made it. I think they balanced it pretty as good as they're going to balance it for keyboard and mouse versus controller. But yeah, you could tell when you're playing a PC guy because they like hand cannon, like one shot headshot you
from across the map,
800 yards away.
Yep,
and you're like, yep, wrong here.
You know
like,
what? That's almost disheartening for me to hear because I just recently got a PC and I'm not there. Like I'm still just shooting. Like I mean, it's fine, but I can't do that shit.
The way how fast you can set things. I think when I first got this PC, the first game I downloaded was Rage 2 off of Steam, and I started playing it, and within like a half hour, like I had to go throw up.
Shit!
Like the movement's too fast. Like I'm better off with a controller. I was born, you know, I play with a controller in my hands. I'm never.
So is that what you play? Do you play with a controller, or do you play mouse and keyboard?
Yeah,
controller. Wow. I've been trying. Greg, how long have I had my PC for?
About a month, right?
Maybe
a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit more than a month.
Once you get good at it, like that's
what I'm trying to do. I mean, I've been.
You were pretty sweaty with the controller. I remember you showed us how like you would map your buttons out and shit, and like didn't you use something weird as your jump?
Oh yeah, we would always do the. What was it? What was that? What was that setting on Call of Duty?
Like the tactical sprint.
Yes, yeah,
right.
Like
whatever that controller map
jump was. You had to push the right stick in to jump, and you know where that was was born from was I think that was it. It was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, where you had like the jumpsuits on your back.
Oh yeah,
and then but you could jump. Your thumb would still be on the aim. You know, you could still aim while you're jumping, and then aim while you're jumping around. You could do multiple jumps and not have to move your thumb back and forth. Yeah.
Have you guys played Call of Duty at all recently?
Yeah, we did actually. We played. Well, you know what? I played Warzone. Eric, did you play with me?
Yeah,
we played Warzone not that long ago, and then we just got spanked every fucking drop.
Yeah,
just dead. So then we're like, all right, back to
Fortnite. Warzone is crossplay.
Yep,
you're running in the PC lobbies. Regular play, like I usually play hardcore, or I do like Resurgence. Resurgence is fun because it's a battle royale, but you can like as long as somebody's alive on your team,
you're gonna come back.
So.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if I just didn't with this Call of Duty get into this Warzone like the guns, or I wasn't like I don't know. I missed the first Warzone from 2020 when Call of Duty dropped theirs. That was my shit, and I feel like this one just it doesn't scratch that itch for me.
Well,
when the first one dropped, that was like I think we were all still playing, and it was like, oh, this is what PUBG should be.
Yeah,
like and then I don't know, like I wish PUBG's better now, but I played it recently within the last 6 months. So it's still fucking.
Well,
yeah, I bet.
And didn't they say there was going to be a PUBG too? So for those of you listening, PUBG was like one of the more realistic, and I'm doing air quotes if you can't see me, battle royales where, like, a sniper will one-shot you, and, it was more...
Kar 98.
The Kar 98, It was more tactical.
You had to heal yourself.
But then if you're playing on an Xbox and you didn't have the Xbox One X, then you would probably spawn into a fucking staircase that didn't render in yet, and then you'd be stuck there the whole fucking.
I remember we used to land and you could see all the guns and shit, but the building wasn't there.
Yeah, and then
up on the third floor, there's a tier 3 backpack.
And then you would just get trapped, or you would be driving and then a building would render in on your vehicle and you would just explode and die, or you would loot for like 40 minutes and then just hit a rock and tumble for 20 minutes and then blow up.
But
that was I think that for me was like, wow, these are the types of games that like this is what I want to fucking play.
Oh yeah,
But I just want one that works.
It gets your blood going. It gets your you're doing tactical shit.
Yeah.
Like
the feeling of being like in the last circle, and
your heart beating, your hands are sweating.
That was when I don't think any other game has. I mean, except for more of these, has given me that feeling of just like shit.
Especially when it was 1v1 at the end.
Calm down. We gotta. There's still like 3 people left. Like, yeah, dude, it brought a new. It was a new like generation of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Now every game's a fucking battle royale.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that last night. Well, specifically, we were talking about Alex because Silas was out looting when we were like, "Hey, come help us." We're there, and then he was like, "Oh, I'll be right there." And it just reminded me of when Alex would loot, 2 towns over, and then he'd be like, "I'm on my way, you guys."
Remember Drop G?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would call it G String.
Yeah, G String.
Well, his name was Drop G String.
Yeah.
He still plays Destiny.
Yeah.
But like the mission, shows the marker over here, and he's over here, like looting shit. Like, yo, dude, and I'm helping him with the story.
Yeah, right.
Getting caught up. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Dude?
He's in La La Land.
Oh yeah, that shit happened.
Let me ask. We were talking about Call of Duty. What's the new Call of Duty? Black Ops 6 for some reason, right?
I haven't seen any trailers for it yet, but I heard I've been seeing like it's.
Well,
we all get it. It's on Game Pass.
Black Ops games were. Is it on Game Pass?
It is day one Game Pass.
Good for
they
Microsoft.
That's good, and that's good because I will 100% play it because it's free.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
So now
definitely
I got nothing to lose.
They might be able to reel me back in.
Sure.
What era is it set in?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't done any
either.
research on it. I was going to ask you.
The best Black Ops was the one that was set in like Vietnam. The AK-74 and like those guns.
Was that the first one?
Was it?
It says it takes place in the
Black Ops 3 or something.
So Black Ops 6 takes place in the 90s.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah, dude, the Black Ops games were always good. I hope they have a story to it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it looks like they will. Yeah, a story, familiar character, a 1990s story with familiar characters like Frank Woods. I don't know who Frank Woods is, but
I don't know Frank Woods.
But Frank Woods is there.
He's familiar. Cool.
He's familiar, and so we're happy.
I think I remember seeing it said it was going to be it puts a reset on Warzone. So you know how if you had purchased something or you had things left over from the last Warzone, when they come out with a new Call of Duty, they kind of blended it together so you'd be able to carry that gear over. Apparently, that's not the case this year. So if you bought, Greg, what did you buy that obnoxious shotgun, the Dragon's Breath, that would light people on fire
with the flaming shells that would just.
I don't know how many years ago that was.
Yeah,
but the doof.
There's a version of that now called the Riveter, and you just go to shipment. Just hold the trigger down.
But apparently, that's not going to be available to you in the next next Warzone release. So
they'll probably be all new good weapons.
I'm sure.
Like right now, I'm going through the same shit right now in Destiny. Like they just put out a new expansion. All the guns that I was like used to you can make your own loadouts now and save them. Like it got really like it's not. I still don't call it an MMO. It has those traits for like crafting weapons and armor and but it's still a first person shooter. Like it's going to be, to me it will be.
Mm-hmm. What's your light level right now? Because I remember
it was still a thing. Is light level still?
I remember 300 was like
we're at 2000. 2010 is the pinnacle.
So we are so far removed.
Yeah, but you know what? You could go in and you can do the new light thing, and you'll be caught up within like. And they like it used to be like you had to do all your bounties every week and shit. Now there's so much different shit to do where you can get like gear to level up. It's not as grindy because I think Bungie realized over the last decade that like people want to play other games. Like it's a time where technology is like. It's amazing. Like the games that are coming out right now on the like Unreal 5 engines and shit, like the shit looks so realistic.
Well, it was what, every Tuesday? Was Tuesday the reset where everyone you were just all right? Tuesday's the reset day. I'm fucking grinding Destiny all night to get
gonna run the raid on each of my characters.
Yep.
I finally made a warlock.
Did you?
Oh, did you?
A hunter. I only had a hunter, and like 2 years ago, there was a season that went extra long, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a warlock.
I love, man, Warlock. I think that's what I played. That was my shit, man.
Warlock's fun. Yeah.
Warlock.
But I'm a hunter. I mean, I have hunter tattoos and shit. So I'm a hunter for life.
Like specifically for Destiny or hunter? Like, okay, dope.
Dude, I've played this game for 10 years, man. Like,
this is who you are now.
I've broken up with people because of this game. Like, I've gotten dumped because of this game. Like,
Greg, your brother-in-law is a big Destiny
whiskey,
player.
By the way.
Yeah,
that's whiskey. Oh, good. Listen, I told you guys I was going to run downstairs and grab a beer, but
you went to go get a beer, and I was like, I went to go get a beer.
Wait, did you come back with a Truly?
I don't have any fucking beer, so I have a Truly cherry, which is one of the worst flavors.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So it's a cherry drink.
Black cherry, I could probably do. The other Trulies,
Black cherry is good all day, but regular cherry.
Blueberry. I'm a blueberry guy.
What about cherry Pop-Tarts?
No.
Horrible.
No.
Horrible.
Pop-Tarts? No, the best Pop-Tarts are the brown sugar ones.
Oh yeah.
I disagree
do like
with
the
that.
With frosting.
What are the berry, like they have like the purple icing? Those are pretty fucking good.
It's like a mixed berry.
The mixed berry, yeah, those are
they look
good,
real pretty.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
I love Pop-Tarts, just not cherry.
Belly.
They're not real pretty when I shit them out.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
or not. And apparently, a
brown.
serving size is only one, like not the whole sleeve. It's just one Pop-Tart from the pouch.
Bullshit.
That's like Hot Pockets too.
But then don't put two in. At least Hot Pockets, there's only one in a bag. So if you're gonna put two in a bag, that's a fucking serving.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
Do a one wrap. Just wrap one.
You feel pretty strongly about this.
I do
because one like the size of two of them together.
Wait, like a supersized Pop-Tart.
Like
a supersized Pop-Tart.
Like a double thick.
I'm
thick
eating
with
both
2
anyway.
C's Pop-Tart.
Yeah. It's almost like an Uncrustable at that point.
Oh, and Uncrustables,
They're
you have to
fucking
eat 2 Uncrustables to feel any sort of satiation. You
Oh,
don't
that's
eat.
not
You
the
don't eat just one, dude. They're so tiny.
They're
No,
my favorite
small.
pool snack. I toss one in the cooler with all my drinks, and then I always eat an Uncrustable while I'm at the pool.
But
just
that's not
sitting there,
lunch.
getting loaded. It's dinner usually.
That's only 200 calories. It's
When
not
I'm
enough.
at the pool, though, we go to a community pool,
You're getting
and
calories with the beer.
That's true. The old
tons of
liquid
them.
diet.
and I'm on liquid diet.
You are on a good liquid diet.
Actually, that was me on Tuesday. I went to Music Bingo, this bar really close to my house, and I had never been. It's usually Shay's thing. She goes and gets. Well, she doesn't get as loaded as I usually do, but I went, and it was actually a lot of fun. But I forgot to eat dinner, and I got real sick that night. It was unfortunate.
You have to hold your hair.
Because liquid diet. I cut my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No long hair for me
My hair's
anymore.
long as shit right now.
I need to get a fucking haircut too.
Yeah.
Pat, but before we go, I wanted to touch on this back when we were talking about like streaming and Twitch and all that fun stuff. And I know we talked about it a little bit, but if you could tell yourself or tell somebody who's getting into streaming as a whole, what would you tell them, having now years of experience doing it and kind of understanding the ins and the outs?
Just do your thing. Like, do your own thing, and if it works, it's gonna work. If not, whatever. Just maybe be able to recognize that it doesn't work. Like I've been doing this for like 6 years, pretty much like 5 days a week, steady, and I'm at the point where I'm thinking about cutting it down to like 3 days a week. I'm still gonna play games every day, but going live, like, whatever. I don't know. Like, I haven't had the kind of like feet pick success that I wanted. You know what I mean? I was kind of hoping I could quit my job and be like the fun Mr. Funny Man playing video games, but turns out I'm not that funny and I suck at video games.
So make
Pat,
yourself. You've got to just enjoy it, I guess, right?
That's
Like
that's
you
the
said.
thing.
I think you said that.
Have fun, do your thing. You kind of have to you kind of have to be respectful to others, like when they, or you'll scare people away real quick in your chat. New followers are hard to get and they're hard to keep. I usually don't call them followers. I call them follows, or because I don't look at it as like people following me. Like I'm not leading anything. I'm just trying to build like a community where we can all hang out and talk shit to each other and have fun, and you know what I mean. And we'll do it live.
Okay, we'll do it live. Well, if Greg and I start, Greg, you need a better computer. You can't stop going Mac. Don't buy that little.
I love I like the Mac interface, man.
Yeah,
I just do. Well, we were talking about this before.
Yeah, I know.
I think OBS is compatible with it now. Like it's before
you try, Greg.
I don't think you could use it.
There's another one. There's a Mac exclusive.
Is it Streamlabs?
Maybe. I don't know.
There's Slobs and then there's OBS. Streamlabs OBS is like the. I don't know. I don't have a Mac.
I know there is one, but I need to look into it. I have done zero research into streaming. Most of my time is now podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys are into it, if you want, you have my number. So
yeah,
we'll
I'll
bug
be
you.
more than happy to help you out, like picking shit that you need, and like I already know the kind of games that you guys play. So.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, the technology in the games is like they're saying that the Call of Duty's like 300 gigs. Everybody, if you want to download it on
surprised.
Xbox, you got to get you got to go out and buy the terabyte thing. I got a cool story about that. So I got the Series X, and from Amazon I bought the 1 terabyte external.
Yep.
Well, they fucked up and sent me the 2.
Okay.
It was like $400, and so I have a 2 terabyte one.
Did they charge you for it for the full?
No, I don't know what happened. Nothing happened.
Hell yeah!
In case any Amazon employees are watching.
Hell yeah!
Well, and they probably can't do anything about it now, right?
They sent me a 2 and they fucked up, and I'm okay with it.
Hell yeah! Somebody got chewed the fuck out for that.
I don't even think they know it. They
probably a drop in the bucket for them. They didn't even fucking realize it.
That's true. Yeah.
That dude has so much money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Pay your employees. Bezos. Fucker. Right. Well, he takes half of my subs. Like, why?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
For what reason? I'm doing all the work.
I must be so hungry. I thought you were talking about like your dinner sub, like your.
Oh no!
He gets half of Pat's fucking sandwich.
I was like, what is Bezos? What's Bezos doing with your cheesesteaks?
He's eating carrot sticks out of my fridge, motherfucker. Oh yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Hell yeah, boys.
Well, Pat, do you want to plug yourself, all like your socials? We'll list. I mean, not your socials. Your social media things, whatever you have. You want to plug them? We'll put them in our description for this.
Put them in the description for
this.
Yep.
McGraw, everything. My band is Monsters Eat People. We have a record on. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. All them Bandcamp. All that shit. And then just Hamhandsmcgrizzle for everything. I'm usually mostly on like Instagram. Usually when I take a shit, I doom scroll a bunch.
Yeah.
Same.
That's about it. I'm old guy gaming. If you want to come hang out with the old dude, teach you some lessons about learning lives and whatnot.
Right on. Cool.
Cheers, boys.
Yes. Cheers.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
yes.
Thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it. We've been talking about having you on for a while, so thank you again.
Dude, I would never have expected it, but I appreciate it. Yeah,
yeah. Glad we had you on. We'll have to do it again. This is like a nice chill one, you know.
Dude, I'm down with that. I'll definitely come back and I'll make myself look taller.
Yeah, I feel like my we always like change how we're oriented when we're like
my camera is actually like facing over my monitors, so like when I'm streaming, you can see the whole room. I don't know if you guys can see the whole room.
We can. Well, so
we can if we expand.
We can. So like if I zoom, you can zoom like in on you, so I can see everything. I see your unicorn, and I see.
Okay, that's Freddy.
Freddy the unicorn.
Freddy the unicorn. Yeah.
I see your guitar.
My niece named him. So
okay,
Nice.
That's fair.
Or her, whatever the fuck it is.
Awesome.
The unicorn. I don't know if they were specific for males or females.
I don't think so. I think they're all just unicorns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's funny.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Pat.
Hell yeah! Thanks, guys.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Eric.
And we are the Daddies. Thank you for listening.